Hello, mere pyare bacho. Welcome back. I'm so happy to see you all here. I know. Exams are coming. Tension is building. But don't you worry at all when I am here. We are going to make learning super simple and fun. Today we're tackling a really smart poem. But before we start, you know the drill, right? Make sure you've subscribed. And your comments are what keep me going. So keep them coming.
First, a simple question for all of you. You post a new photo on Instagram, right? And sometimes one bad comment about how you look can just ruin your whole day. Has that ever happened? That feeling of being judged, it's awful. Well, the poem we're looking at today, Telephone Conversation, by the amazing Wole Soyinka, is about exactly that, but, 100 times worse. So, I want you to imagine this poem like a short little play, a one-act drama. It all starts with a very normal phone call about renting a house, but then, boom, it takes a very strange and very ugly twist. Let's see what happens. So, our main guy, the speaker, he's found a great deal on a house. The price is good, the location is fine, and best of all, the landlady doesn't live there. I mean, what more could you want, right? It sounds absolutely perfect, a total win-win situation. But wait, before sealing the deal, our speaker, he decides he has to be honest about something. He knows that some people have problems with his race, so, to avoid any trouble later, he tells her, "Madam, I am African." And just listen to the words he uses. I warned. A self-confession. It's like he's admitting to a crime. Isn't that just heartbreaking?
And what's the landlady's response? Nothing. Pin drop silence. You know that super awkward pause on a phone call where you're not sure if the line is cut? It's just like that. The poet calls it pressurized good breeding. Basically, she's trying to act all polite and classy, but inside, her prejudice is just bubbling up, ready to explode. You can feel the tension, right?
Okay, bacho, brace yourselves. This right here is the turning point. This is where the whole conversation, this nice, simple phone call, just goes completely downhill. Listen very carefully to what she says next. After that long, horrible silence, this is her question. 2 words. How dark? Can you even believe it? Not, what do you do for a living? Not, can you pay the rent? No. The only thing that matters to her is the color of his skin. She takes a whole human being and reduces him to a shade. It's just so shocking and so wrong. The speaker is just stunned. He can't process what he's just heard. He looks outside. He sees a red telephone booth, a red letterbox, a big red bus. Why? Because these real things prove to him that this isn't some bad dream. This is actually happening. And the landlady, who has no idea what's going on in his head, she just asks again, are you light or very dark? Unbelievable.
Now this is my favorite part. The speaker could have shouted at her. He could have just slammed the phone down. But no, he decides to fight her foolishness with his intelligence. And what we get is a total masterclass in sarcasm. Let's see how he does it.
Haha, this is his first comeback. It's brilliant. He takes her stupid question about skin color and compares it to chocolate. It's so funny, right? He's using this simple, everyday thing to show her just how silly and ridiculous her question is. He's fighting ignorance with humor. And there's a special word for this in literature, bacho. It's called satire. It's when you use humor and sarcasm, like a very smart joke, to criticize something very serious, like a person's foolishness or a problem in society. And Wole Soyinka is an absolute genius at this. And he doesn't stop there. He goes on this hilarious rant, describing himself like a science experiment. He says his passport says he's West African sepia. His face, that's brunette. The bottom of his feet and his palms, they are peroxide blonde. And the best one, after sitting down for a long time, his bottom has become raven black. He is completely making fun of our obsession with color.
Okay, jokes aside for a minute, behind all this sarcasm and humor, there's a very powerful message. This is the part that's really important for you to understand, not just for exams, but for life. So let's get serious and break it down.
Think about it. Why does the poet mention so many different colors? Red, chocolate brown, sepia, brunette, blonde, black. The point is to show how totally absurd it is to define a person with just one word, dark or light. A human being is complex. We are all made of so many different shades and qualities. To judge someone on just one thing is just plain wrong.
Here's another little tip for your exam answers. Did you notice the landlady's words are in all caps? Why do you think the poet did that? It's to show her tone of voice.
It's loud, it's rude, it's offensive. It feels like she is shouting through the phone, doesn't it? It makes her words hit you like a slap. All right, now for the most important part, the exam-ready section. Cholo, let's get you those full marks. I'm going to walk you through some of the most common questions from this chapter and tell you exactly how to answer them. Ready? Okay, question number 1. This is the big one, the one you will almost definitely see in your exam paper. What is the central issue, or the main theme, of telephone conversation?
Here is your perfect 3-point answer. Listen carefully. Point number 1, the central issue is racism or racial prejudice. Simple. Point number 2, the poem shows how racism is dehumanizing. What does that mean? It means it treats a person like a thing, not a human. The landlady only cared about a skin color, not him as a person. And point number 3, the poem criticizes racism by using satire, that clever, witty humor we just talked about, to show how silly and foolish it is. Mention these 3 points, and I promise you, your teacher will be very impressed.
Okay, here's another very good question. The poem has a few moments of silence, right? The question is why? What does each silence mean? Let's figure it out.
Let's break it down. Silence number 1 comes from the landlady after he says he is African. This is the sound of her prejudice working, her brain buffering. Silence number 2 comes from the speaker after her question, how dark? He is speechless, completely shocked by her rudeness. And silence number 3? That's the landlady again, at the end. She's silent because she's confused by his smart, sarcastic answers. Her simple, racist mind just cannot understand his intelligence. So you see, each silence tells a story.
Okay, we've gone through the story, the message, and even some exam questions. Before we finish, I want to leave you with one last thing to think about, something really important.
Think about the speaker in our poem. He didn't get angry, he didn't use bad words, he used his intelligence. He used his words as a weapon. And that, my dear students, is a superpower. So my question to you is, how can you use your words, your intelligence, your wit to stand up against unfairness when you see it, whether it's online or in your school? Think about it. Your words have power.
And that's a wrap for today. I really hope this helped you understand this amazing poem. If it did, please hit that like button, share it with your friends who might be struggling, and please subscribe for more. Your comments really are my motivation. I'll see you in the next explainer. Bye-bye and take care.